Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a pretty fun video and we're actually looking at this device. It's called Draggy and it's a GPS-based performance monitoring device for your vehicle. So you can set this in your vehicle, pair it with your mobile phone, and record a bunch of performance metrics such as your 60-foot time, quarter mile times, eighth mile, half mile, 0 to 60, 0 to 30, and all these different metrics. There's way too many to the list, but we'll go ahead and unbox this and take a look at all the different features. So just some of the key specs: it is GPS based as I mentioned, so you don't need to worry about plugging it into your OBD port or syncing it with your vehicle or worrying about compatibility. Super easy. You can just set it on your dash, it'll connect to satellites, and then it is 10 hertz GPS based and accurate to 100th of a second, and it's been tested numerous times on different forums to be extremely accurate even compared to official times at Dragstrip. So it's a highly accurate, very simple and easy to use device. So those are kind of the key features going into it that I'm really excited about. So let's go ahead and unbox it and then see what the setup process is like and take a peek at it. Alright, so let's go ahead and open it up. So inside the box, it's actually pretty nicely presented here. What's really surprising to me is how small it is, even from seeing it in photos on the website, things like that. I guess I didn't really look at the spec sheet to see just how small it is, but this is actually a very small device and very sleek. It's easy just to put in your glove box when you're not using it and then take it out whenever you want. It has a built-in battery, so you don't actually need to have it plugged into anything while it's in your vehicle. You can just set it up on your dash or somewhere where it can get a good GPS signal and you're good to go. Some Draggy branding on the bottom here. We have a micro USB port here for data as well as charging the internal battery, and then an LED indicator light up here on the top. But again, very sleek form. This must be roughly 1 inch by 3 or 4 inches. Pretty small. Then also inside here we have some 3M adhesive. And finally we also have a standard USB cable, micro USB to USB. And on the bottom we just have some basic documentation, but overall it's actually very nicely packaged and feels like a pretty premium product. Shows you what's in the box, and so tells you to go and download the Draggy app and then get it connected. So let's go ahead and do that. So looking a little closer, actually how this is mounted is these are 3M adhesive, just metal plates. You can remove the adhesive, stick that somewhere on your dash, and then Draggy actually has a magnet to the bottom of it, so you can stick it to there, holds it securely, then you can just peel this off, put it in your dash or in your glove box when you're not using it, and then this can stay on your dash. So pretty simple system, and it comes with 2 of those mounting plates. So I plugged in the Draggy box just in case it didn't come with much of a charge. I have the app downloaded, so we're going to go ahead and open that up and go through the process. Okay, so we got our account set up on the app, which is nice and simple. Just have to set up an email, password, and username, because there's also leaderboards and some feeds, so kind of like essentially an Instagram styled feed for people who have Draggy, so you can follow other creators, other people that you know on Draggy. You can also see, as I said, there's categories for different makes and models, and you can see leaderboards, so it's kind of a fun competitive social network as well. But we'll go ahead and connect to our Draggy. So look, we got connected, shows our battery level. It's connecting to satellites right now. We'll let it go ahead and do. Hopefully it gets okay connection here within my apartment. Yeah, it looks like we don't have great service within here, but if we can pull up our stats there in the upper right, we can see we have a good Bluetooth connection, not a great satellite connection, but we do have 23% of our battery, so we're going to let that charge up a little bit before we go out and test it. Alright, so of course with my luck, it's already starting to rain out. I kind of thought I'd be able to beat the rain, but not super lucky, so we're probably not going to put down great times right now. Roads are a little bit wet, and my tires are actually not super great. Probably should replace those relatively soon. So not kind of the best times, but we can definitely go through and see the features of Draggy and kind of see how it works. So I actually have it set up here already. So I've been playing around trying to figure out how to set it up so I have the video mode. Here, let me rotate this back around. Okay, so this is kind of what the interface looks like. You can see it's ready, everything's connected now. You can see device status up here. You can see our satellite connection, the Bluetooth connection, which for some reason is at, okay, now it's at 3 bars. Battery, I do have it plugged in right now, so it's charging. So you can disconnect and kind of turn it off, but that's easy enough for how you can see the device status. And essentially when we start driving, this will start recording information. And it'll start to fill up this area here. So we'll go ahead and drive a bit and kind of look at that and just kind of drive around and see how it pre-populates stuff. Not even driving for like 0 to 60 times or anything yet. And then we can also then play around with the video overlays. But let's just go ahead and start just kind of driving around and see how it reacts. So we can see it shows the distance we've traveled and our speed. So it kind of acts as a speedometer right now. Okay, so we're going to reset that here and we'll pull out, accelerate to 60. So then just like that, it starts populating on the screen. It shows your 0 to 30, 0 to 60, and now it shows 1/8 mile and 1/4 mile as you pass those distances. Okay, so let's take a quick look at that. Focus here. So it kind of shows you all that information there, and then you can download or send this report to your device or your computer or whatever. Once you stop, it kind of saves all that data. It also records a 60 to 0, which is kind of interesting if you want to do brake tests. So it's kind of cool to have that feature. Up here at the stop sign, we'll just do a little pull to 60. Okay, so for right now, we're going to actually start testing out now the video mode on this. So we'll record a video on my iPhone, and it'll have an overlay. And we'll kind of be able to throw that up on the screen and see what that looks like after. I'll keep the GoPro running so you can see what it's like inside the car too. So we'll just go up here and hit video, rotate this. And then there's different quality settings over here based on your device. You can do all the way down to 288p, 480p, 720p, 1080, or even 4K. So we'll just do it at 4K for now. And those settings will vary based on your device, obviously. Go ahead and hit record. Looks like it's recording, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure what shows up on the screen while I'm recording, if it's going to still tell me my 0 to 60 times and all that, or what it is, but we'll make sure we come to a complete stop up here at the stop sign, and it'll reset. The shakiness in the video right now, that's definitely coming from what I have for my phone mount on my dash. It has a lot of shakiness, not a very sturdy mount, so don't blame that on the app. But so we'll come up here, have to come to a complete stop, let traffic pass anyway. Now I'm not even gonna like brake boost or power brake or anything. I'm just gonna kind of do a basic run here, and we'll see what we can do. So it does show up on the bottom of your screen, kind of show you your times. Obviously my 0 to 60 time is pretty bad right now because I also forgot to turn on traction control and the road's wet, so my takeoff in first gear was really slow. Plus I took off from, just idle, so I wasn't, normally I would launch at like 2,500 to 3,000 RPM, so it was a little lacking there. So we'll do another test just to have a little bit more fun, see what we can do on a wet road, but as you can see, if I kept going, it would also show like a proper 1/4 mile and 1/8 mile time. Try to get one more good 0 to 60 here, traction control off. And see what we can do on wet conditions. We'll just see like a 1500 launch. Lots of wheel spin. Yeah, tons of wheel spin there with the wet roads, and unfortunately I still have my stock tires. I have about 30,000 miles on them, so I really need to replace those sometime too. It's definitely don't get no traction in this wet, but 6.58, that's not too bad for for how much wheel spin we had. Like I said, a Ford Explorer, like a Ford Explorer Sport stock is 6.2, 0 to 60. That's what it's rated at, and then I'm tuned and I've tested it before, and I run about 5.4 in dry conditions with my tune, so there was a lot of wheel spin there, just to put that in perspective for you guys. So unfortunately, these are the conditions we have to deal with today. Alright guys, so we're back here at my apartment. I just wanted to quickly kind of summarize my thoughts here and experience with using the Dragy quick. But overall, for my impressions of Dragy, I was actually really impressed with the system. It's super easy to use, and I think that's really the main selling feature of this over some of the competition like VBox. And it's also much more affordable than VBox, for example. But as you can see, it's super easy to set up. You just connect it with Bluetooth to your mobile phone, set it on your dash, it connects to satellites, everything's super easy. I mean, you really can't mess it up, and there's nothing to do. You can pull it out anytime and use it. It has a built-in battery, so you don't need to worry about plugging it in anywhere, and it should last you a full day at the track. And as you saw in those video overlays, that's a pretty cool feature too, to be able to record. It also pulls audio, so if you're talking, you can actually pull the audio from your phone and then overlay all that information from Dragy. So really overall, it's just super simple, easy to use, really slick, and it seems to work really well. So I mean, honestly, my first impressions are I'm really impressed, and I think it's great value. And I think some of the added value, such as the video overlay, as I mentioned, and even like their kind of social media network, if you will, where you can follow other people on Dragy's network and compare your times across different vehicles and classes and just see what other people in the community are doing. I think that's a lot of added value that's pretty neat to have as well. So if any of you pick up Dragy, if you want to add me, I'll have my information in the description as well. But I guess that really wraps up this video. So if you're interested in learning more about Dragy or picking up one of your own, I'll have links in the description to make that nice and easy for you, or you can always drop a comment down below and with any questions you have, and I'll be sure to address those. But for now, thanks for watching guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.